let's bring on some Ottomans and some artillery. Let's get some yellow Janissaries in here,
Mhm.
and maybe give these guys a go against a pike and shot unit and see what happens here. So, well, again, we can kind of do the moving up thing, but I'm guessing the artillery shoot quite a long way. Um,
So light artillery doesn't change in range.
yeah,
What we've done is to reflect in this period, medium and heavy artillery are a little bit better because they're actually machined rather than sort of
yeah,
built in the back of the shed. Medium artillery now shoots 8 UD and
wow,
heavy artillery shoots 10. So it does make a bit of a difference for those armies with heavy
it's
artillery.
almost off screen. Wow, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's look at our units. Sorry, Janissaries are not pike and shot, are they? They're something else.
No,
But
so
they're still a double unit, even if they're not pike
yeah.
and shot.
So in ADLG-R,
Hmm.
all infantry, all effective infantry units, so not levy,
Yeah.
everybody else is a double unit. So
Dragoons and
musketeers,
light foot they get
arquebuses,
hard.
medium swordsmen, medium spearmen,
Okay.
everybody's double unit.
Apart from, is that dragoons and light foot, I guess.
Dragoons and light foot are mounted. So the
Okay.
only foot who is single based are levy because they're
Okay.
meant to represent rabble. So they're never very effective.
Fine. So this is an all shooters unit of Ottomans, and here's a mixed pike and shot unit. So, and here's an artillery piece as well. So let's let's assume that they've got into range because that's easier. And we'll put the gun further away because that's kind of how it works. So what happens here then? Who shoots who
So
in,
if we go from the Janissaries,
let's go to the Janissaries. Yep.
yep. So what we've said in Renaissance is being that guns like medium and heavy artillery is more effective.
Yep.
If a medium or heavy artillery is shooting, it is always the primary shooter
Okay.
because it's the big gun. It has the most effect.
Fine. So because we kind of worked this out. So these guys are going to receive shooting. Let's do them receiving shooting. And they're which is their 2 dice to receive shooting. And the shooting dice here will be coming from that guy. And I move that, it makes it a bit clearer. Coming from this guy, I guess.
Yep. So what
Well,
you have here is
well,
the
actually, no, if I put that there,
yep, you get support.
he shoots at that one as support, and this one shoots cleanly at that one. So that's actually the shooting combat. And this chap here is acting as a support to the gun because he has to act as a support to the gun if the gun is shooting.
Correct.
Got it. Got it. So, and my other question is, this is an entirely shooter unit. It's got no pike in it. Um, does it dish out more damage when it's shooting just because they're all musketeers?
No, so we've kept it clean and consistent.
No,
So a
slightly.
Janissary unit, like
Yep.
an ADLG,
Yep.
is medium swordsman,
Yep.
impact because they were well scary,
Wow.
and they
Okay.
can either have arquebus, musket, or bow, being that they span quite a few hundred years.
Okay. So these are musket guys because they're
Yep.
some quite cool, I think old glory ones.
Yep.
So we're assuming these are presumably then if they've got all those toys, are a lot more expensive in points than this
They
lot.
are a lot more expensive, but the downside or the contrast
Yeah.
is anything that is medium swordsman or medium spearman based
Yeah.
only has a cohesion of 5, where
Okay.
pike and shot have a cohesion of 6.
So 5. Right. Okay.
So
So
this represents the idea of the pike and shot was more
yeah.
willing to get in the middle of a battlefield and take some damage, where
Okay.
the lighter infantry were more inclined to hide in terrain.
Cool. Okay. So let's do the shooting then before they slam into combat. Um, so my gun shooting, how does my gun shoot? What factors does gun get?
The artillery starts at 0, like
Yep.
everything else.
Yep.
You'll get a +1 for support for the guy next to him.
Right, yep. And we're firing on this one. And what's his protection against artillery? Is it still 1?
No, so with artillery, so all artillery, light,
Yep.
medium, and heavy artillery, you get a factor of 0
Okay.
unless you're a skirmisher.
So normally then this would be 0, 0. This makes it 1, 0 to the gun.
Correct. That's it.
Let's see how lucky I can get and see if I can get another neutral score. Right. So actually that's 2, 0. So the artillery and this guy is bounced. Fine. This one opposed to shooting. the Janissaries have bounced again. Ta-da! Unlucky Janissaries. So we've now got a pike and shot unit shooting back. So he's going to be out of range of the gun. So he's going to shoot that guy, I guess.
Yeah, and also the Janissary is the target most directly to his front, so he has to abide by the standard ADLG rules. So he has to shoot the Janissary.
Fine. So I'll just do 2 normal shots here, and this is the pike and shot shooting. So the 2 and the 3, the 1 and the 3. So the Janissary has a protection of 1.
Has a protection 1 because it's being shot at by musket.
So nothing's happened then again in my world of highly ineffectual shooting. Yeah, you can see why I didn't do very well in the one-day competition the other day with this sort of dice roll. So that's then. And these guys move 2 then, don't they? They want to try and close the range. Do I want to try and get out of the way of the gun?
Yeah, you might want to, because just one of the things to be aware of is what we've done to reflect the effectiveness of artillery at very close range.
Yeah.
If you get once you're within 2 UD of a medium or heavy artillery, and you lose by more than 3, I think is the factor. You take 2 hits.
Okay, so I've not quite got out of the way of the gun with that slide. There's still a line of fire from 2 corners there.
Still in line. That's all good.
Outside 2.
You won't get the close range bonus.
I get a close range bonus. So they've now moved up. They're getting ready. So we're going to do some more shooting. So it's gun against this half, and this guy, even though they're super, super close, the gun still takes priority.
Yep. So first thing first would be, because it's the pike shot that they've moved, they're the primary shooters.
Okay, they get to shoot first. Fine. We'll
do firing against the Janissaries.
Even though the results are simultaneous. So reds against reds. Here we go. 6 and 5. It's a bounce from the pike and shot. I've super defensive again. So let's try the guns and the Janissaries. Have they done it? So 5.
Here we go.
Right. So that's a bounce. They're only at 3. They're at more than that. But 5, 6 against 2. So that's a difference of 4. Which,
with shooting, it makes no difference. The best you can lose is you can only lose one. Take one hit.
Even with heavy artillery shooting, unless it's at super close range.
Unless it's within 2 UD.
Okay. So that is just the 1 cohesion hit, but that means these guys have both now got 5 each.
Correct.
Doesn't it? Cool. So we're now into the Janissaries' turn, and they're Janissaries, and you said they've got impact and stuff. So I guess they're just going to charge in, see what happens.
Charge in, yeah.
And the gun doesn't move, so it can't move up to support. Fine. So we've done this before. It's a straight opposed dice roll. So what factors are we on? So did you say pike and shot are always on 1? Is that the way it works?
Pike and shot are always, they're treated as heavy spearmen, so they fight 1 against pretty much everything.
Yeah, but they're injured, so they're fighting at 0. And the Janissaries,
they are treated as medium swordsmen impact. So in the first round of melee, they get a +1 against foot.
All foot, never mind pike or shot, anything. So these are effectively at +1. These would have been at +1, apart from the injury they've taken from my desperately ineffective shooting. So puts the Janissaries +1 up.
The Janissaries will be 2+, because they'll be medium swordsman 1.
Okay.
Impact 2 versus pike and shot 1, disrupted 0. So it'll be 2-0 on each unit.
Both dice are 2 up then. Oh, that's catastrophic.
There we go.
That's a difference of 5, 6, 7 once you add in the factors. And this is the difference of 2, because that's the origin factors. So they won by 7, which divided by
4 hits.
2 is 3, 4 hits, and that's 5 hits. So
that kills the unit
away.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty decisive dice rolling, isn't it? But yes, so you really want to be eroding these Janissaries. So what's the downside of them being, well, other than I guess they cost a lot of points, of them not being pike and shot? I guess they've only got 5 cohesion, so they can evaporate slightly faster. Are they more vulnerable to mounted troops? Is it worth bringing in a?
Yep.
This means war.